What's up, y'all? So I guess you could see this beautiful sky behind me where Cloud Street stretched into the distance. The only problem is the distance there is over nothingness. And the cloud bases are only about 3,000 feet. But I went flying today and I made a video and I'm gonna share that video with you. I started at Spring Hill Airport. I was teaching a hand how to do a tow retrieve session, teaching him how to operate the machine. This hand has a driver's license, so he can come get me. So I can turn him loose with the vehicle. And the day is actually shaped up way better than it looked earlier. Earlier it looked like it might overdevelop, but then it didn't, and then it was actually good flying. But because base was so low and it put me so far out over this no man's land that I just don't like it. I don't like it. If base was at 4,000, I probably would have gone all the way to Magnolia, but I just turned it into kind of a little practice session, and I did something I've never done before. I flew from the airport here to my house. I've done it on a paramotor like a gajillion times. I've never done it on a free flight glider. As I took off and started looking at my options, I was like, okay, I've got like 3 options and that's it. I climbed to cloud base. When I got to cloud base, I realized that it was really not high enough to go where I wanted to go as far as going real far, real long. I could have gone to a different place, but you know, moving at that point would have been too little too late. So I just went crosswind. I did a crosswind flight. It was like 4 or 5 miles, maybe closer to 3. I did go one way and then I kind of went another. The flight took 30 minutes. I was just loitering around. I didn't really have any sort of direction in mind, just aimlessly hopping from bailout to bailout, as you should do if you're free flying or motor flying or anything in between. You should always be playing the bailout game no matter what kind of flight you're doing. Again, I just ran into a spot where, okay, there's nothing left but like cutovers, just nasty oil well sites, dirt roads, mainly cutovers. Cutovers are where they cut trees, and there's just this tangled web of, it might be 2 feet tall, it might be 10 feet tall. You probably wouldn't get killed and you'd probably have a safe landing, but digging your glider out of that stuff and then packing it up and hiking it out is gonna be a mess. And I'm just frankly too old and tired to deal with a mess at this point in my life. So I just landed right here at his house, right out in the front yard. And I'm gonna share this flight with you now. Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, right down here by this Google icon, that's my house. That's where I landed. Now, when you go north and west of here, there's this one little place that is probably doable for landing. And even now, I think that that's grown up, that this is an old picture. And as you go to the northwest from here, you can see what I'm talking about. There's just nothing. These swamplands, cut over. Again, and it just goes on and on. There's a couple of teeny tiny spots that may be available. This road is littered with power lines. None of these options are very, very pleasing to the bailout option. Again, cut over, you could survive it, but then you're having to hike out dirt roads, locked fences. There's the little graveyard right here. That's probably your next really good bailout. So, you know, after these fields here around my home, now, where I was coming from was the airport right here. I did the tow here, and I made this crossing, and this was the next bailout, and this was close enough that I could glide to it, and then I could hit all these fields. But again, the wind was going in this direction, and it just turns into no man's land. Again, you've got these cutovers, and it's just nothing. It's nothing for miles and miles and miles until you get up here. But again, by the time you get here, you've had to traverse all this, and maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't. Wasn't a risk I wanted to take. I just wanted to show you visually what we're looking at here. I think I'm just going to leave it unedited. I think so. I think I had some requests for that earlier. I had some good feedback for it. This was just a personal tow day of mine. I need to shut up now and just play the movie. Y'all enjoy. Much love, y'all. All right, before we get going here, just a couple of things. The audio on this is no good. I did not have my microphone hooked up, so there's a ton of wind noise. You're just gonna have to deal with it if you're gonna watch this. The other thing is check out the launch. I come off the ground, fly off a little hill, and then I sink out, and I've got to keep running. Whenever you're towing or launching a paramotor or anything, you gotta be careful to keep your feet down in case you have to keep running, which is what's about to happen right here. So I'm just gonna let this thing roll. I'll see you guys in about a half an hour. machine getting ready to release. I'm not finding much lift. I may need you to bring it back to me. We'll see what happens in the next couple minutes. Oh yeah, you can kill the machine. I may be catching something. I'm feeling around right now. Look at here, I found some birds. They're showing me where it's at. Lance. I'm gonna try to fly over to the house so you can pack everything up, all right? Oh yeah, just a little afternoon flying around. Not bad. Man, there's some pretty big overdevelopment all around. These are some real tall clouds. Good day, lots of lift, but it's on the verge of too much. Thermals are nice and smooth. The problem is I'm at cloud base. I'm 500 feet below cloud base, and I'm only at 2,900 feet. This expanse of swamp out here to the northwest, the way the wind's blowing, it's just no man's land. There's just not much available. So some thickets, some dirt roads, things like that. It's just not conducive for safe cross-country flying low. If I could get 5,000 feet, man, that opens up so many more options. But I just don't think I could do it. Man, this is a monster cloud I'm getting up under right here.
You're gonna make it?
Easily.
Just a second.
Just pull up to it close, it'll open. I can hear you. It may just be some interference with something. Well, there's Kyle Field down there. That's where I'm trying to go. I've got it made, obviously, but the trick is to get down safe in thermic conditions. Checking my windsocks. And of course, I got to account for the glide on this freaking nice ass road. The winds look to the west, southwest. That's kind of the worst direction for free flight. Actually, no, they're showing southeast. That's actually not bad. I'll time it as I get closer down there. But I'm in sync here. But again, north of me, there's not much. There's a field up here, graveyard out there, and then just nothing. You'd need 3,000 feet easy to get there. rocky landing. Oh yeah, stuck it though. I stuck it though. Fun stuff. Quick trip from the airport to his house. Who's calling? Hey, what's up? Hold on, I couldn't hear you. Now you're on speaker. What's up?
Okay, so I called for the gate and it just sounds like staticky.
Oh no, you just drive up to it. You just drive up to it and it'll open.
Okay. Well, I did that a while ago and it didn't open, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you got to get real close to it, and it'll. There's like a little pad that you put the truck on, and it opens up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I thought you said the radio was staticky. I didn't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
All right, man. I'm here at the house.
All right.
All right, bye. So, hey neighbor. So yeah, that was that. Kind of a sketchy, thermally tight technical landing, but I was able to pull it off with my non-super skills. So that's a big win for those. Man, it's just a booming day, man. Look at this day. I just had nowhere to go, and it was an easy day, but you can't go real far. I'm just trapped. I'm trapped here. When it's coming out of the west like this, I'm trapped. I could go up and down and all around, but I've never actually done the flight from the airport to the house. So, you know, as I'm doing it, I'm thinking this might make for a nice short free flight video. Just do like the whole thing, and I got some practice in. I got this guy some experience towing and then coming and getting me. So yeah, it was just kind of a exercise day, practice day. One of these days I'm gonna get a tall base and I'll be able to go nice and far from here, but till then I'm just gonna take what I get and do it like that. So yeah, all is well. I'll pack this stuff up, get back to it. I'll catch you on the next one. Much love, everybody. Kyle out.